in order to set this up appropriately, I want to make sure that I go through the actual teaching and the fundamentals, because there's going to be a resource here that I share that I'm not necessarily endorsing it. Only because I'm using it does not mean that you have to use it. So you're gonna know what that means here in a little bit. So I want to really attack the fundamentals first, and then I'll show you how it's being adopted or how it's being implemented on our business. But not necessarily don't necessarily go with the resource that I share with you here, because I have no affiliation to it. I make no money if you're on it. I make no money if you're off of it, if you're not using it. So for me, it doesn't matter. It's just a tool that I use. But when it comes to converting, and we're talking about, let me backtrack. When we're talking about converting from the seller side, I would really want to focus on video marketing conversion. We've been on video marketing for the past 3 years now. So this is something that is not new to you if you've been here in our masterminds before. But the way that we're using video marketing at this point is at full scale, not only from the acquisition, meaning generating business. This means Reels. This means YouTube Shorts. This means LinkedIn video. This means live streams. This means YouTube. So we're using video across the board as distribution points to bring in business. So acquiring business. So that's something that you've heard about all of the time. Do more video, get some Reels out there, get some Shorts out there, get on YouTube, do X, Y, and Z. You've heard that plenty of times. But what you don't hear oftentimes is that next layer, how to actually use video to convert. I'll give you one quick example. I'll give you one quick example, and then we'll back into this, to the resource that I'm sharing with you today. After, let's just say you had an open house. You have an open house, you get maybe 12 people come through, 12 pairs come through, right? So after you get their information, you're looking for their email, you're looking for their phone number, you're looking for their name. Everyone has a different way of getting that information. We're not going to talk about that today, but once you get that information, we have that next follow-up, which a way to integrate video marketing in that follow-up as a conversion strategy is sending them a unique video every single Saturday that they come through. Meaning, as soon as you get the leads, you record a brief video, send it to them, thanking them for being at the open house and offer to help them in their real estate services, as opposed to just sending a text or as opposed to sending them an email on Monday. We've all done that. I've done that. So as a differentiator, if you're integrating video in that way as a video follow-up to the couples or the pairs that came through your open house, that's how you use conversions, video marketing as a conversion strategy, as opposed to a lead generation strategy. Does that make sense? That's just one example. We're not going to necessarily hone in on that today. I just want to make sure that we're on the right path, because once I share this with you, it's going to be like no other. So here's what it looks like. I'm trying to see should I share the screen now? I'll share the screen in about 2 minutes. All right. So here's what you're about to see. So effectively what you're going to see here is a flow, or what some people would call a funnel. And what we're doing here across the board on all of our different things that we have going on, from things that I'm involved in, is video-based conversion. So in the past, let's just say you made a YouTube video as an example. You either talked about a city, you talked about the pros or the cons of buying or selling. So in this case, we'll go with selling because that's what we were talking about. So you have a YouTube video out there. We'll go with that example, and then we can back our way into other distribution outlets. You have a video that's generating you seller leads, which in this environment is not that difficult to do. But in that video, you have several options. You have the option of not having a call to action, meaning you provide information and you leave it at that. There's no call to action. You're just providing the tips on how to sell a house, or the process on how to sell a house without a real estate agent. You just provide the value. You just provide the content. That's one way of doing it. I don't recommend it, but that's one way of doing it. There's no call to action. Another level to it is having a call to action, meaning a directive to asking people to give you a call, asking people to email you, asking people to DM you, asking people to follow you, asking people to do X, Y, and Z. subscribe, turn on the notification bell, whatever the case may be. You have a call to action. It's a more direct call to action where people will respond to you. Now, that's the next level of conversion, if you will. That's where you're actually, let me rephrase that. That's the next level of video marketing where you're actually bringing people to you, inviting them to have a conversation with you. Now, the challenge with that is that when you do it that way, a lot of people that watch your content, consume your content, or engage with your content are not ready to transact at that point in time. Meaning they may watch your video on how to sell a house, how to sell their house without a real estate agent, but it was more out of curiosity. It was more as a future FYI type of a deal. So they're not ready to transact. So the challenge that we have with our calls to action most of times when we're saying, hey, call me, email me, reach out to me if you're looking to sell your house. The challenge is that the viewers are not at that point. They're not ready for that to happen. So they're not going to reach out. 4 months down the road, 4 years down the road, they're going to do their transaction, but they're going to be long gone and are going to forget that they ever saw your video. So the next level is having that value add. So that's the second type of call to action, which is actually having a call to action. But the third call to action is actually providing something of value. And you've heard it all the time. You hear it from Gary Vee, you hear it from everyone else. You say value, value, value. Send out a lead magnet, provide something that people can have utility with. And although that is correct, oftentimes we fumble with the execution of that, which is what you're going to see today. So in this example, when we're looking at providing value to basically someone that could be a FSBO for sell by owner, if they're watching a video on how to sell a house without a real estate agent, what would that viewer need to have in their hands, or what can we give that viewer as a transaction? They watch my video and as a reward, I'm going to give them X. Well, that could be a seller net sheet. That could be your actual guide on how to sell a house step by step. That could be a presentation that you put together that you actually record the video on how to do it, right? So these are all value adds. These are all lead magnets. This is a way to actually provide value. Now, the gate, I'm finally getting to my point here. Sorry for being so dragged out, but I want to make sure that we understand the fundamentals, because at this point, we have a decision to make. At this point, how are we going to stand out and get more people to actually submit their contact information to us? How are we going to actually get people to act? And that's where our video marketing strategy comes in. So this is where I want to engage with you and ask a question. So what are your calls to action right now with the content that you're putting out, with the emails that you're sending out, with the calls that you're having, whether you're cold calling, whether you're doing whatever? What are you asking them to do? Are you asking them, if you are asking them to do anything, for one, are you asking them to email you? Are you asking them to call you? Are you asking them to do, what are your calls to action right now? And this could be across video. This could be across you cold calling. This could be open housing. This could be in the conversation. How do you end that conversation? Do you end it with, all right, well, I'll check in with you next year, right? Or do you end it with a call to action? Contact me for more info. I like that. Ask them to follow me on socials. That's good. So again, just to rephrase the question, in the conversations that you're having, what's that call to action? How are you ending it?
So Jaime, can we speak?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now I'm doing a few videos. So what I'm saying is mostly watch my next video or subscribe. So that's basically what I'm doing. I do say that I have my contact information on some of them sometimes, but I do want to eventually have like something that they can go down there and send them to my website. I kind of haven't done that yet, but that is ultimately what I want to do. I kind of just want to make sure that people get to know me first, kind of getting warm up to me, because they could get the information on there. Like, people know how it works, I guess. But right now I'm just trying to tell them, hey, you can just watch more videos, kind of not telling them, call me right now.
So
I
are
like
you
it.
asking this at the end of a conversation? Just say when you initially spoke with them on the phone or through email at the end of that conversation, or you mean in general?
Is that for me or for Betty?
You?
In general. In general. So what do you do after a conversation?
Me?
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to learn from you guys.
Well, that's okay. Well, we'll learn together. What would be your best guess, or what would be your best thing that you would say?
I mean, I don't know. I'm telling you, I can't do it like that. I got to kind of be in a conversation.
That's okay. That's okay.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
No, that's okay. No, that's fine. This is the part of the engagement part. There's no right or wrong. So we're understanding where we're at the moment. Now, here's you unmuted. What's that? I see some unmutes. Feel free to contribute.
Hi, May. So Ravi here. So when I talk with sellers, whether it's an initial conversation, I frame it in such a way that I give something of value so that they just are hooked onto me. And if it's like the second or the third meeting that I have and they've watched a couple of videos, then I say, what we can do is our selling process is unique. And you can, I just Googled it. Sorry, somebody had a question?
You're good.
Okay. So if it's the second or the third time I say, I'd say, hey, our selling system is unique, and what we've helped other sellers, we can help you do the same. We've just been helping sellers net thousands more than what they would have otherwise obtained. And our Google reviews, you can go and read as to what great experiences our other clients have had. And that was a challenge for me, especially when before having reviews. So I just made it a point to just, because it's third-party validation. You can say 1,000 things about you, hey, how great I am, but it's a different meaning when other people say that, hey, this was the experience, this is what they helped, and this is how it is, and absolutely, hire them. So I just go with the third-party validation as well as give something of value. And if it's a second or the third meeting, some people are hesitant. As you said, they're not at the point of just pulling the trigger, right? So you have to nurture, as well as in any meeting that you come across, you have to provide thing of value so that it appears to them that you're not in it for yourself. So that's how I do it. So the call to action is, how we've been helping other sellers, the third party validation as to how we've helped other sellers, and we can do the same thing for you, exceeding your expectations. So I just wrap it up so that I'm not kind of saying that, call me, but I've just given enough information for them that, I'm on top of their mind because they have things of value as well. Plus they're just thinking about it long term. That's how I tackle that.
I dig it. I like that.
Can I add to what Ravi just said?
After I get to Jay, absolutely.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Oh, you're good. I just saw him unmuted, so I'll make sure that I honor that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it depends on the platform. If I'm previously, a lot of the stuff that I was doing was going to be like a Facebook post where it's a lot of text or photos or whatever the case might be. So it's always been a reach out to me for more info on this particular property. And then I would get a bunch of leads that way. And then, if it's a face-to-face conversation, then of course I got to make sure that I get their contact information and emails and things like that. And then I put them in the CRM. That way I can get them on a drip. More recently, in delving into this video, or hearing about the video, I've been using landing pages, and I really, really like the landing pages. If I'm not doing a video, if I just post, a Facebook post or, about a property, I'll include a landing page just to pull the lead in. That way I can drop them into my CRM. So
that's what's up. Betty and then Rose.
So based on what Ravi was saying, kind of like at first I felt a little bit weird because I kind of didn't have anything to like show for to the client. Like I'm telling you, I will be able to do this great job, but I haven't have anything to show for. Like he said, any reviews or anything like that. So I've been trying. I want to do more for sell by owners calls and expires, because I know that it's going to be a lot harder for them to sell not on their own. It's always hard for them to sell on their own, but now it's going to be harder. But by me making these videos and having a few reviews, then I feel like I'll be able to show them or direct them and say, hey, because they're easier to speak with. They let you talk to them. They let you come and see their houses, and I'll be able to now feel more comfortable showing them, look, this is how I'll be able to market your house. So I have done a few house tours. I've called a few agents that have like $1 million houses, and you can go and check it out if you like how I've done it. And then I asked them, I called a few of them. Not all of them are comfortable doing it, but some of them are. And they've called me to their houses, and I did one this week. It's getting edited. So when that's get done, I'm going to try to put some ads money behind it so it can get plenty of views. So then I'll be able to then use that to show to the people when I start calling them. So that's kind of like my strategy that I'm trying to do right now.
I like it. I like it. Providing that value. I know everyone says value, but you're actually providing something that has utility to the owner. So that's awesome. Rose.
Something that I've been doing recently, because I've met for open house, the people that I met, and those, because I'm trying to go on a different price bracket. So I've been going to those like semi luxury and luxury home. And I met a gentleman, and when me and his wife were talking, and he was kind of like a little bit resilient at first, and then he opened up, and then so I kind of like trying to read the body language to see how you don't just go, okay, I want the business. So what I told him, I said, look, I know you just started in the market. So are you thinking, for you to purchase this home, are you thinking about, will you need to sell your current home, or do you have the cash if you find the perfect house? And he opened up to me and said, okay, even if I find the perfect house, I will still have to sell my house. Then I go ahead and say, okay, we don't have to set up a listing appointment, but what is your address? Let me send you a neighborhood. I don't say a market analysis. I say, let me send you a neighborhood update. So when I send you, I show you all the homes that are in your neighborhood, how much they sell for, and what your price could be like until I visit your home. So when I say it like that, it was like, oh, okay, so you're not asking me for the listing, you just want to give me the free information. So now I got the address. Even if I don't have an email address, because I have his home address, I can send him in the mail a neighborhood update. And then I have my seller's guide to sell, how to get your home ready. So I send him that after a couple of months. If he doesn't call, then a couple of weeks, then I'll send him that information. Then after a piece of information I send him, then I send him what I did. I send him a video message and say, hey, I send you this information. What are your thoughts? Do you have any questions for me? And even though he did not respond, but I saw in KV Core, he went in and my KV Core information to read. Then he went in HAR in the back burner to read. Then I saw him on Facebook watching my video. Then I can track him. Then I can track him because he went in on all my social media to see what I was doing. So because I have that tracker on my social media, then I can see what he's tracking. Then I can say, okay, this is what he's watching. Then I can continue to send him information regardless if not. And I recently got a phone call because I was doing the same thing for another client who was not my client, and he had an agent. And I was just feeding him information. He never responded. And he recently called me and tell me, Rose, you send me so much information. If I don't work with you, I will feel so bad. All I can think about is Rose. I go on Facebook, it's Rose. Everywhere I am, it's Rose. So he sees me everywhere. So that's my approach right now for sellers.
I like it. You're being omnipresent. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing. Let's so thank you for your feedback on that. So as you can see, there's different ways to approach the conversion, right? So doing one quick reset, we're not talking about lead generation per se right now. We're talking about converting. How can we get more people that have either given us their contact information or we've connected with, we've had a conversation with? How can we get more of those people to actually go and see homes with us, or in this case, allow us to go over and do a listing presentation? So that's what we're talking about. Now, the widget that we're using, or the medium that we're using, is better said that way. The medium that we're using is video to convert more people. One, because it's going to allow us to stand out. Two, it allows us to leverage ourselves incredibly fast. And that's, I know I keep alluding to it, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. What you're going to see on the screen here is the flow that we've incorporated. This particular flow, we have others, but this particular flow is the flow that we're incorporating across all of our YouTube videos, all of our YouTube content. So this particular flow, as you'll see the example of it, this particular flow is geared and targeting people that have seen our content on YouTube. So that's setting the context. This is specifically those people. So that this gives you a bit of sense of who I'm actually speaking to on the camera. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is what's called Video Ask. This is where I have to give that disclaimer again. I'm not saying go out there and get Video Ask. I'm just showing you what I'm currently using with our company, companies, I guess, to convert more people. And what this is think of it like a funnel. You most likely have heard about landing pages and funnels and all that fun stuff. But what we're doing here is we're creating a flow, we're creating a sequence. We're standing out by actually being on video, and we're leveraging our time by the questions that you're about to see. So I'll show you exactly what it looks like. But on the back end, this system allows us to ask kind of like a choose your own adventure. What are you looking to do? Are you looking to buy or sell? If you're looking to sell, what's your timeline? What's your address? What's your specific situation? If you're looking to buy, what's your timeline? What's your specific situation? And then there's the end. Now, the reason that we didn't include an actual lead magnet in this particular flow is because we're redesigning our other lead magnets specifically for situations, where that's buying, selling, and all that stuff. So the other flow is monstrous. This is a very simple flow that you're going to see in action. Now, again, I don't endorse this Video Ask. If you use it, great. If not, doesn't matter to me. You can replicate this in a different platform or through different mediums. You could do this kind of on YouTube. So here's what it looks like. Thank you so much for checking out the content and also for connecting. One quick question. Are you looking to buy or are you looking to sell? Were y'all able to hear that? So essentially what I'm asking is, are you looking to buy or are you looking to sell? And I referenced the content again. So this is in context. They've watched some of my videos. I'm going to say, so you're looking to buy. Fantastic. One quick follow-up. What's your timeline? All right. So what's your timeline? They want to do this in. Perfect. You're doing great. Well, this next question, I'm going to leave it up to you. You can respond in video or in audio or in text. So please tell me a little bit more about your specific situation. Please be as detailed as you want. I really want to learn more about your specific situation. And again, you can respond in video format, in audio format, or in text format. Now, the reason that I gave them the choice is because I want to see their intentionality. If they write something, cool. If they do an audio, cool. If they do a video, I know they're going to be a slam dunk. And it's already proven to be the case. So what this allows us to do is to have this link. It's nothing fancy. It allows us to put this link across all of our, I think right now the YouTube channel has, 60 videos. That particular YouTube channel that I'm referencing was started it's about to be 3 months, I think. I don't remember.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
For the Video Ask, because I have so much things and I was looking to get rid of some of these things. But for the Video Ask, how do you connected, do you put it on your, like for this, will you put the link in your website, or you're going to put the link underneath your YouTube video?
Underneath the YouTube video. So that's a great question. So that's why we do this particular medium, because we could easily put going back to the first 15 minutes of our call today, you could have a zero call to action, meaning you can ask them to do nothing. So there's nothing for you to do, right? You can ask them to email you, call you, check out your website, do whatever. So if you're going to ask them to email or call you, well, you would put your phone number or email in the description or in the video. I don't encourage you doing it in the video because your email or phone number could change. But anyway, you put that information down there. But every time you're making a video, you can ask people to go down to the description and check out the link, right? So if you want a free consultation, if you want our seller's net sheet, if you want our, whatever that happens to be, our blueprint to sell your house for $50,000 more and in half the time, feel free to take that title. Whatever you're planning to deliver, you can just put the link at the bottom, which allows people to click on there, and then they start going through the flow. And I'll show you the back end of this YouTube channel so you see what I'm talking about, specifically addressing your question. So this is that YouTube channel that I keep talking about. This is the local YouTube channel that I started a couple of months ago. So this is the DFW homeowner. If you want to go and check it out, you're free to do so. All my videos are already scheduled ahead of time. Give me a second. When I share, I lose the participants. Give me a second. There we go. To answer your question, Rose, we're offering a free consultation. I'm not proud of it. I don't like it, but as we're doing the other flow, it's going to take us some time, which is going to look really, really slick. But right now we put it here. We put it, I think mid, and then at the very, very end right here. So we put in 3 distinct locations, and then we also put it in the comment section. So once they click, again, you saw the flow that people go through. Then they saw me on the YouTubes. They want a free consultation, and then they go through the flow. Betty, what's up?
What do you mean you're not proud of it? How would you want it presented other than the way that you're doing it?
There's no real value. A free consultation means nothing. It's just a way to have a conversation. It's just the same way of saying, let's have a conversation. In my opinion, I'm not trying to be so negative towards art, but a free consultation is just another way of saying, call me, more elegant way of saying it. So people are not going to do a free consultation. Going back to that previous example that I gave you of people that watch your content, they liked it, but they're going to transact in 4 months. They're not going to schedule a free consultation with me today. So those are the people that I'm missing. The moment that we integrate the lead magnet that I plan to integrate, it's too early to share exactly which one it's going to be. You're going to have to come back and check it out later. But the moment that I integrate that, it's lights out. It's lights out. So that's what I mean by that, Betty. There's no real value, in my opinion. And part of it is because I'm pretty negative at heart. So
no, I think maybe you could say it. I don't know. I'm trying to think how you would say it for them to go and do it. Kind of like if you're not ready to speak with me right now, feel free to check the link. You can ask for a free consultation later on because people get in their life get in the way.
It is.
You give them choices for 3 months, 9 months, 12 months. Kind of like it could be said that way. Kind of like, I know that not everybody watching this video right now is ready to buy right now, but if you would like to still get information, feel free to click the free consultation now. Kind of like that. That's what I was just brainstorming as you were saying that. That's all.
I like it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Ashley, what you got?
Okay, I may have missed something, so I may be having a slow moment. How exactly are they getting to that flow? So they're watching like a YouTube video of yours, but then how are they getting to that video ads flow?
They click on the link.
The one where you said book a consultation with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep. They click on that link and then they go to that screen that I shared here.
Okay.
So that link right here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Be super embarrassing if this one's wrong. There we go. So they go to this link.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Any questions on that?
So basically, Jaime, from what I'm getting is like if I were to put a buyer questionnaire instead of a Google form, then I can put that link as a buyer questionnaire, like the video as a buyer questionnaire.
Correct.
Okay. Good to know. Because I was going to do like a buyer questionnaire for Google's, then I can do that.
Yeah. So this goes one step beyond the simple funnels that have existed and will continue to exist. You can have those, what they call long form leads of asking, what's your timeline? How much are you making? Blah, 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 like all this stuff. You could ask all that all day long, but your abandonment rate is through the roof. However, here, it's just different. Now, a lot of it does depend on what you're going to end up giving. But what's most important here is just having at least the foundation. You saw this again. I'm not proud of it, but done is better than perfect in most cases. And that's the case here. So as we're working through the other flow and designing out what I want to build out, then we'll be able to just replace it with that. Betty, you unmuted for a second. What was up?
Yes, because you said it's almost like saying, call me, whatever. So, but you've been having some sort of results, right? So the people, so how is that working? So I know you're fairly new, but
yeah,
you feel confident that the people that actually do opt in or the people that actually click on the link are like legit.
No, 100%. So I'm texting with one right now. Last night. So Chrissy, hey, Jaime, spoken. That's not relevant. Hey, Chrissy, hope to find you. This was yesterday evening. Hey, Chrissy, hope to find you well. Did you decide what day and time is best for your consultation? She responds back, I'm still waiting for my husband to get back. If I get the chance to talk to him tonight, I will ask him what time would be good. Awesome. We're here when ready. And she put, thanks so much. I'm excited.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So again, I'm not saying that this is the ultimate, but it's a hell of a lot better than what was happening. It's a hell of a lot better of having no call to action. It's better than saying, hey, call me, email me, DM me. It's much better than the landing page. If you're using that, awesome. But just know that there's a different way now of doing this video, which again, that's going to allow you to stand out. That's the most important part here. Now, don't get mired down on the YouTube part of it. If you're not doing YouTube right now, I would love for you to do it, but I can't force you. It's your business. However, take this concept and apply it to your email signature. Every single one of you has it. In fact, Yoni, right? Yoni took Ashley's email signature. So they're sharing email signatures. But thank you for both laughing on it, because I know that's bullying. But anyway, when you have this concept together, the only thing that you have to swap out is that first email if you use the same one that I have here. Right. So for me, if I was going to do this on my email signature, if I was going to do this on my Instagram, if I was going to do this on my Facebook, if I was going to do this on my whatever medium, you just swap out that first video and you put in another video and you're good to go. Right. And then you just define what you want it to be. What's your end goal? Is it going to be the free consultation? Is it going to be a seller net sheet? Is it going to be the FSBO blueprint that's going to make you $50,000 more in half the time? Right. So this is one of those ways that, as opposed to just having your phone number there doing nothing, having this link down there, you're offering something that people are going to actually want. Right. So a lot of you probably are aware that I exist on YouTube through my my marketing channel, just Jaime Resendez. That's just my name. That's my primary YouTube channel. That's all I do. I just offer free Facebook courses, free YouTube courses, free guides, free whatever. But now, as we're redefining the way that we do business, everything is going to go under this video workflow, as opposed to just doing landing pages at this point in text format. What email signature do you use for video that they are sharing with each other? So long story short, I get sponsored every once in a while through the YouTube channel because of the YouTube channel. So there's an email signature that company that sponsored one of my videos. And every time I do a sponsorship with folks or companies, a requirement is that all of the agents that are part of my group get access to whatever it is that I'm promoting for free. So that's what the Inside Baseball is about, Yuri. And I couldn't even tell you the name of it, to be honest with you. But it exists.